Yogis. My name's Sarah. I'll be guiding you through your practice today. I am so happy that you're here for me today. I know how hard it is to carve out some time, especially as a mother myself, to breathe, to move, and to just press reset. So let's get started today. We'll be in child's pose. If you're new to yoga, I invite you to grab a block, a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a pillow will do just fine, as will a rolled up blanket. And bolsters are just helpful to make the ground a little bit closer to you, just like a block would be. And if you don't want to use one, that's fine too. It's just I love using it because it lets me just kind of fall into my mat a little bit deeper into each pose. So if you have a pillow or a bolster, do it hot dog style. Toes touch, knees wide, and I want you to place your top body right on your pillow. Check in. Let the first few minutes of class just be a self-inquiry into how you're showing up. Not trying to get anywhere too fast, not trying to rush through, simply being. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Not really trying to change much about our breath at this time. Starting at the crown of the head and working your way all the way to the tailbone. Noticing any place along the shoulders, the neck, the middle back, the lower back that's housing tension or tightness. This next inhalation. Notice, and with the exhalation, send that healing breath to the place of tension. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, pinpoint the spot that feels glitchy, that feels off. And then on your out breath, send healing, love, oxygenate the cells around the place of tension. Be very mindful of where your body is in space on this next breath in. And slow and deep exhale out. Beautiful. Flicker your eyes open. If you close them, we'll remove our pillow or our bolster and just place it to the side of you. We'll probably pick it up later. And we'll come to all fours, to hands and knees. This is sometimes called box pose in yoga. We'll take a couple different variations for our hands. Turn your heel of your palm away from you, fingers in, curl under your toes, and shift your hips back and forth. So we're pretty committed to holding the belly to the spine, pretty much for most of the practice, just so you don't fall into the low back. But here I really want us to get super loose. Spine is nice and open. Turn the palms forward, turn the palms out so your fingers go in, and we'll rock from left to right. And there's no wrong way to do this. We're just getting a feel, a taste of how we're showing up. Palms forward, we'll extend the left leg. Your foot is flexed, so if you could imagine the toes trying to touch your kneecap, that's what flexion would feel like in our box with a leg extension. Belly in, knit your front ribs in, extend your right arm. So this is a nice way to do abdominal work without being on your back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Let's drop the knee first and then extend the leg out to the side. We'll send the hips back, fingers forward. This is your one-leg child's pose. Let's reset our breath. Deep breath in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And deep breath out through your nose, chest, ribs, belly, sink and soften. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. From here, we'll flicker our eyes open and we'll all meet back in our box pose. Let's take the right leg extension and make sure your abdominals are hard at work. Your foot is flexed, belly in, extend the left arm. Straight line of energy from heel to fingertip. Take a deep breath in and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, extend, and exhale, elbow. One more time, inhale, extend. Whoa, and exhale, hand down, knee down. Extend the right leg out beside you, walk it all the way up. And we'll move into Parigasana, right hand to your right shin. And coming back to center, we'll take this into that one leg child's pose, Balasana. 3 rounds of breath here. Full body breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. From here, inhale, look up. We'll pull our knee back in and we'll extend the left leg. Walk the hands up the body. Inhale, gather, and exhale, tip it over to the left for your Parigasana, your gate pose. Beautiful. Slowly starting to unravel. Make your way to downward facing dog. So your hips are high, you're in an inverted V on your mat. If you're getting tension in your wrists, I want you to micro bend your knees and shift your hips up a little bit more. Push some weight into your fingertips of your middle and your pointer finger. See if you can get the flexion out of the wrist. If that still feels bad for you today, you can make your mat a little bit thicker up front, like a wedge, and your palms go on the top, your fingers will be on the floor. So this is a great modification if you're having some wrist pain. If you're not, no need to roll up your mat. Walk your dog out, pedal out your feet, bend one leg, stretch the opposite knee, and we'll shake the head yes, roll it around no. Beautiful. From here, downward facing dog. Hips are high, equal amount of weight in both feet. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Slow and steady exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, straight spine, look forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Root to rise, we're coming all the way up, arms reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Arms at your side body. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. We'll walk or float it back. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga. Roll over the toes. Cobra or up dog. Roll back over the toes. Hips are high. Downward facing dog. Let's take 5 deep diaphragmatic breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. If you need more power in your practice, this last 4 breaths can be done from plank on the hands or plank on the forearms, and that's totally up to you. Down dog is the traditional reset in your Surya Namaskar A. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here, in and out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or lightly float. You're at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Root to rise, come all the way up, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, pull into your heart center. Arms at your side. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, reach low. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, big exhale. 5 more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth, with the option to move into your plank. Inhale, then knees look forward. Exhale, walk or float. You're at the top of your mat. Bone by bone, roll all the way up. We're back into our mountain pose, tall mountain. Hands come to your heart. How we doing? Good work, everybody. So we're working on our spine, and we'll start to warm up the hips. Inhale, sweep up, Utkatasana, chair pose, hips go low, hands go high. Shift the weight into your heels, and then put your ball mound on the earth. Equal amount of weight on the 3 corners of your feet. One more big breath in. On your out breath, let's connect our hands, keeping the bend in our knee, palms touch, fingers interlaced. Roll your shoulders back and down, inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold, Uttanasana with your shoulder opener. And take your hands to the right, look over your left shoulder. Just a little peek here. You can bend your right knee. And then we'll switch sides. Left knee will bend, peek underneath the right shoulder. Beautiful, both shoulders come up and open. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or float it back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Send the right leg high for your 3-leg dog. And then exhale, knee to nose, chin or chest, plant the foot in between the hands. Back knee down, top of the back foot down, rise up, crescent lunge. It's our modified crescent lunge. We have the option to move into the psoas to really find that extension here. We also have the option to close the gate, especially if you're having low back problems. I invite you to go here. Take one hand to the top of your knee, tuck the chin, slightly tuck the pelvis. So a couple different options here in your crescent lunge today. We can have wide gate or narrow, whatever you need. And then from here, we'll shift the weight of the hips back, but leave the hands forward, straddling the front leg. This is your half split. And let's all drop our back hips to our back heel. Getting a little bit more opening in the back of the right leg. We'll slowly start to walk the hands forward to frame the right foot, curl under the left toes, left hand plants, inhale, right arm up for your dragonfly twist. Deep breath in. On your out breath, both hands down. Flatten out the back heel, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose, pulling your right hip point back. So if I was facing you today, in my pyramid pose, we're pulling our hip point back so that our hips are square over our front leg. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the back leg. Exhale, pop it up to standing, and bone by bone will come all the way up. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or float it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. This time we send the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, chin or chest. Plant the foot in between the hands. Back knee down, top of the back foot down. Anjaneyasana with a wide gate. If you really want to get into the psoas here, you can also shorten your gait for a low back. If you have any twinge, any hint of low back pain, I want you here. Hands on your top leg, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis. If you have a healthy, pain-free back, know that this is always available to you, especially if your hips are nice and open. One more big breath here in your modified crescent lunge. And as we exhale, hands straddle your front foot, shift your hips back for your half split. We'll stay up high for the first couple breaths before we sink our hips down low. And you can play with the dorsiflexion of, flexion of this left foot. Hips go all the way back. To intensify the stretch, take your nose to your left knee. Inhale, look up. Let's slowly start to walk our hands forward. Curl into the right toes. Keep your right hand planted. We're opening the left side body up for your dragonfly twist. So the twist really comes from the chest. Open heart. Gaze follows your left hand. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Both hands down. Straighten both legs. Put your back heel on the mat. This is pyramid pose. Pull your left hip point back, right hip point towards the front of your room. Use your breath here to guide you through this pose. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to find new space. Inhale, bend the back leg, exhale, pop it up here at the top of your mat. Bone by bone, like you're moving through water, you're going so slow here, coming all the way up to standing. Hands at your heart. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, let's take a big reach over to the right. Side bend over to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, side bend, deep generous bend over to the left. Back up. And on your out breath, let's step the that's the left foot back. Deep bend into your right knee. We're turning the hips and the shoulders towards the front. This is warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Equal amount of weight in both feet. You're firmly rooted with your feet, but you're lifted with your chest and your arms, kind of like a little back bend heart opener from about the middle back up. If you are pregnant, there is lots of room for your belly in this pose. You do not have to twist or torque at all. You can leave your hips open to wherever they fall. Let's just keep a generous bend in the front knee. Deep breath in. And on your out breath, hands move through your heart, Virabhadrasana 2. Keeping this bend in the right leg, but this time we have an external rotation in both legs. Gaze forward. Inhale, we come up, figure 5, turn your toes towards me, hands to your hips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, hinge at your hips, pull up through the kneecaps. Let's find our hands to the mat for your wide leg forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. If you've been coming for a while, you can keep walking your hands underneath you. Maybe your head touches the earth today. Beautiful, walk your hands back forward. We'll plant our right hand, inhale, take your left arm up. And we'll switch sides, left hand down. Inhale, take the right arm up. We'll do that one more time. Just taking a couple breaths as you move through this open heart twist. Sometimes it feels really nice when you get a little pop, a self-adjustment. Beautiful. And from here, hands to your hips, micro bend your knees, bone by bone. We'll roll all the way up and we'll hop to the top of our mat, arms at your side body. We'll send the right foot back this time, pretty wide gait here. Deep bend into the left knee. We're lunged pretty deep, but our hips and our shoulders are towards the front of the house. Arms up, look up, breathe in. Breathe out. Next exhalation, warrior 2 is waiting. Gentle reminder to stack your shoulders over your hips, gaze forward. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten your leg. And we'll turn both of our toes in. I'm going to face you for this. Second variation of Prasarita Padottanasana is a wide leg forward fold. Your peace fingers, pointer in middle. We'll grab your big toes. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Peace fingers, find your big toes. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, bend your elbows. Get your thumbs off the mat. Fold. Again, inhale, extend, and exhale, bend. Beautiful. Let's take one more big round of breath. And then release your feet. Hands come to your hips, micro bend your knees, bone by bone roll all the way up, and we'll hop it back to the top of our mat. Arms at your side body. Inhale, arms up, reach up. On your out breath, let's take a big circle with the hands, so we're circling the round and about and around and up. When you get to the top, pull your right knee into your chest for your standing knee raise. Now from here, I want you to give it a whirl, your standing leg raise. Hands can come to your hips, extend the leg. You can use the help of your peace fingers to grab that big toe. And then let it go for just a moment. Take one more breath here. On your out breath, swing it back, belly in, dialed into this left leg. We're rooted Virabhadrasana 3 with airplane arms. Right foot's flexed. A wall should be somewhere around you if you need a little bit more help balancing. We all need help sometimes balancing. Use it. Use props. Micro bend the front foot, front leg. Extend the back leg to the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. So we're in high crescent now. The knee is up, the left knee is lunged, and we're up high on the ball of the right foot. Beautiful. Spiral that heel down. Take your hands to your sacrum. Inhale, roll your shoulders down. Exhale, humble warrior. Your left shoulder comes to the inside of your left knee. Beautiful. From here, take your hands down. We're walking it towards the wide side edges of our mat. And now we face the back. Left hand plants. Inhale, right arm up. This is Parivrtta Trikonasana. Revolve your triangle. So it is a twist. It's also straight arms, straight legs, much like a triangle, except you are revolved. Gaze up or neutral or down. We'll bring it back to the front. Inhale into your runner's lunge. And then drop the back knee, top of the foot down. Hands to the inside edge of your left foot. And this is lizard lunge. If you've been coming for a while, you can bend the back leg, reach around and catch your foot. If you cut your foot easily, you can always open up through this left side hip by placing the edge of your left foot on the mat, opening up to see the bottom. Beautiful. Slowly release the foot. We'll come all the way back down. Plant your hands, curl under your right toes. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, standing split. Your right leg is high. And exhale, feet meet. You're at the top of your mat. Bone by bone, like you're moving through water. Let's come all the way back up. A slow reset if you need it. Let's all take it together. Nice vinyasa here. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Release the weight of your head from your neck. Let's separate our feet to about hip width distance and grab opposite elbows. Kind of just ragdoll here, moving from side to side. And then we'll scooch our feet together, toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or float it back. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or lightly float. You're at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. Roots or eyes, come all the way up. Meet me at the top of the mat. Hands at your heart. So we'll do that again, just opposite side. So arms up. Breathe in. On your exhale, tip it to the left. We're taking this huge rotation, bending deep into your knees on the way up. Straighten out. Pull the left knee into the chest. From here, peace fingers to big toe. Inhale, extend with the option to extend the leg without any hands. Internally rotate through the left femur. Take one more breath here. And on your exhale, start to swing it back. Left foot's flexed. Warrior 3. Arms extend behind you. If you need assistance, grab a wall. Micro bend the front knee, plant the left toes. Inhale, lengthen up. Crescent. That's a tricky transition. Crescent lunge. This is high crescent on the ball of the back foot. Deep breath in. On On your out breath, pivot the back heel down. Take your hands to your sacrum. Roll it down and back. Breathe in. Roll it forward. Humble warrior. Beautiful. Take your hands to the mat. We're just walking it back, facing the opposite side of your room or house. Left arm reaches to the sky for Parivrtta Trikonasana Revolve Triangle. This right hand can be on a block or on the floor or on fingertips. Gaze up or neutral. Really use your breath to facilitate the twist here. Beautiful, both hands down. We're walking it back to the front of the room. Lunge deep for your runner's lunge, and then take your left and right hands together. Drop the back knee, top of the foot down. If you've been coming for a while, bend the back leg, reach around for your bind. Binds are my favorite. Nice quad stretch here. You took the bind, release your bind, plant both your hands, curl under the left toes, send the right leg sky high. And then on your out breath, step it through. Inhale, left leg up, standing splits. And exhale, feet meet you at the top of your mat. Bone by bone, roll all the way up. Gorgeous. All right, let's make it to our mat, and we'll take some deep, deep stretches to get into the nooks and crannies of the hip. So your first stretch today is your half pigeon pose. And remember that pillow? I want you to search around for your pillow today. We can take pigeon one of two ways. We can take it supine, which means lying flat on your back, back lying, or we can take it on the belly. So if you are pregnant, I invite you to pad your hips. Put something, a quilt, a rolled up blanket, a pillow underneath your hips anytime you are on your back. We do this to protect the blood flow and oxygen flow from mom to baby. So pad your back if you're on your back, and I'll model that one first so you know where to go. Half pigeon would just look like a figure 4 cross. So right ankle on top of your left leg, pull it into your midline. If that came too easy for you and you're like, I need something a little bit more intense, right leg comes forward, the foot's flexed to protect the knee. Back knee down, top of the foot down, and make sure we don't sickle the foot so your toes are pretty straight, back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, find that pillow or bolster and lean on it. Really lean into the uncomfortable here. We'll be here for a good while. And you can go to your forearms, to your chest. You can take your tummy all the way down to your mat. Let's take 10 deep belly breaths here. Deep breaths in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. And deep breaths out through your nose, chest, ribs, belly, constricting through the back of the throat. We're about halfway there. Last round of breath, deep breath in, filling the space deep in the belly. Flick your eyes open, let's come back up. And if you're on your back, simply change the feet set up. If you're on your tummy, let's go ahead and change. So put your left foot in front and your right foot sends back. Remember to flex as deep as you can the left foot. We're protecting the knee here. And also, the more you need, scoot your heel away from you, the less you need. Pull the heel close to the body. Inhale, lengthen. And on your out breath, let's slowly start to fold, and we'll take 10 deep, generous breaths here. This is our half pigeon pose. Let your exhalations become a little bit more extended as we move down to our mat today. So extend that length of the exhale by like 2 or 3 seconds. We're not retaining any breath. We're not holding our breath. We're just pushing out a little bit more than we normally would on the exhale. Last round of breath here. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, release, sink, and soften. Flicker your eyes open. Let's come up to seated. If you're on your back, let's go by way of side. So roll to your side first and then come up to seated. And we'll take our feet in front of us. Flex your feet. Wiggle out the squishy parts from your sits bones. Take your arms up. Breathe in. On your exhale, lead with your lowest rib. Take your hands to your feet or your ankles, wherever you can reach today. And a great time again to draw that prop, that pillow up. If it's more of a gentle stretch day for you, simply lay your top body over your legs, and it's more of a passive stretch. And this can be as passive or as active as you need it to be. Sometimes in these deep forward folds, there's a lot of striving. There's a lot of want to, I just want to touch my toes. I just want to get my head to my knees. But sometimes the more passive stretches, where you simply try to let go of all muscular engagement, you get into more of the deep tissue and the fascia. So choose where you need to go, and let's go there for the next 5 breaths. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's release our feet. And we'll pull the left heel into the pelvis. Extend the right leg in front of you. Inhale, open, reach. Exhale, hinge and close. 2 short rounds of breath on each side here. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the feet and switch. Right heel pulls in, left leg extends. Make sure that foot is flexed. Breathe in and breathe out. Head to knee or chin to shin, and you see the subtlety of the energy shift. When you take your nose to your knee, you're very rounded in the cervical spine. To get out of that, you would take your chin forward first and then down, and it would create more of a lengthening of the spine. And again, these are all for whatever you need. This is your practice. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the feet. Okay, we will stack our shins. So if we're looking at each other today, I wish I could see you all. We stack our shins. So you take one shin on top of the other. If you had that pillow, or let me grab my blanket. If you have a blanket handy and your knee won't touch your bottom heel, you can always roll up that blanket and just stick it. This gives you a little bit more leverage, a little bit more help here. And in this pose, you don't have to move very far to feel it in your hip flexors. So we'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. To your degree of flexibility, we walk our fingers forward. Again, if you don't need the block or the blanket, leave it out. Hold. This is your fire log pose. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. All right, we'll take it into a wide straddle before we go into the opposite side. When I offer this, everybody's always like, oh no, it's a intense shape to hold, but if we don't practice it, we'll never ever get better. So take your feet real wide, the wide leg straddle, take your hands behind you and kind of push your hips up and forward. So just take a tiny scooch. Gets us a little bit further in the pose than where we might end up. Flex your feet, point your feet, I don't care. Take a deep breath in, spine is straight. And just as we did in Fire Log, start to walk your hands forward. When you can't walk anymore, drop your forearms. If you need a little bit more, you can always feel free to drop your chest and drop your belly. Wherever you need to go, I'm gonna stay here today. If you have a full middle splits and that's available to you, go there. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here. In the uncomfortable is where we always and often grow. Beautiful. 1 more. Breathe in. And on your out breath, walk your hands close to your body. Take your hands to the outer edges of your thighs and pull your thighs in. This time we'll stack our left leg on top of the right. Is that correct? I think that's correct, yeah. Left leg goes on top of the right. Fire Log pose. And again, use your blanket or your block. You can place it under that left knee so that you just are a little bit more accurate with your Fire Logs. Take a deep breath in, and this side I don't even have to bend much. I can feel it right here at 45 degrees. And we'll take just 2 rounds of breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Flicker your eyes open. And we will lie flat on our back, unless you're pregnant, and then you will lie on a supported pillow or bolster right under your sacrum. And it would look like this. So it doesn't need to be like a crazy lift. You just need like an inch or so, or more if it feels good. And we'll be on our back. We'll take a Supta Baddha Konasana, this reclined butterfly pose. Heels together, toes together, 1 hand to heart, 1 hand to belly. And again, make sure that you are very supported underneath your sacrum if you are pregnant. Deep breaths in and out, letting the legs, the hips kind of splay open. Reconnecting with your body's inner wisdom, knowing that you are safe, you are whole, and that you are right on time. If this feels good to you for Shavasana, I want you to stay here. If it doesn't, I want you to take your hands to the outside edges of your thighs and pull them back up together. And we'll extend the left and then the right to the wide corners of your mat, palms up. Again, it's another, if you are pregnant, it's a chance to connect with your baby. You can take both hands to the belly, or 1 hand to the heart, 1 to the belly, or both hands at your side body. I'm going to exit the pose. I'll mind the time and I'll wake you up when Shavasana is over. So Shavasana is just that wonderful time in your practice where you get to let your body assimilate all of the tools, which is the pranayama, this breath work, and the asana, this the poses. And your body gets to incorporate them into its DNA, like into your cells, and it's changed you now, and you take it with you now. So let your body assimilate, let your body just soak it in. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, breathe and rest. Slowly start to deepen your breath, bring the awareness back into the room. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly. your ribs and your chest. Open up your mouth, exhale. Take 2 more of these on your own time. And we'll wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, reach the arms back, feet towards the front of your room. Full body stretch like it's the first stretch of your morning, like you're ready to take on the day. Pulling your knees into your chest, rocking to your favorite side, using your bottom bicep as a pillow. Let's squeeze your knees in real tight, hug it in. I want you to visualize 3 things that you're thankful for. Gratitudes have the propensity and willpower or power to change your entire day. They can change the trajectory of an entire day just by being grateful for what is now. And we'll push into the earth, rise up, meet and seated with your eyes soft or closed. And your hands can rest softly at your lap. Let's place your left hand on top of your right hand, right in your lap. You can take full or half lotus or just Sukhasanas, easy or happy sit. Check back in with your breath. Take 5 or 6 slow and gentle breaths here. Know that the feelings of peace that you experience on your yoga mat are just a breath away, usually, and that all these tools are in your tool belt now. To counter stress, to counter anxiety, to counter fear and worry, and to replace it with love. And let love be our launching pad. We'll take our hands to our heart, take a deep breath in through your nose. And on a slow exhale, we'll tilt our head forward from my heart to yours. All my love, namaste. And we bow just in honor of one another. It's been my honor to guide you today. Thank you for showing up. If you have any questions, please let me know. All my love.